Welcome back to Hilarity Express. Today, we're diving into one of history's most infamous figures, Adolf Hitler. While much has been written and discussed about his role in World War II and the Holocaust, there are many dark and shocking facts about him that remain lesser known. In this video, we will uncover some of the most disturbing truths about Hitler that many people don't know. From his personal fears to bizarre obsessions and hidden aspects of his life, these facts paint an even more chilling picture of the man behind one of history's darkest chapters. Let's get started. One of the most unsettling facts about Hitler is that he was obsessed with the occult and supernatural beliefs. It is well documented that Hitler and some members of the Nazi leadership had a deep interest in mysticism, astrology, and ancient legends. The Nazis even formed organizations like the Ahnenerbe, a research institute that sought to prove the superiority of the so-called Aryan race through pseudo-historical and mystical studies. Some reports suggest that Hitler believed in mythical relics like the Holy Grail and the Spear of Destiny, which he thought could grant him supernatural power. While it may sound like something out of a conspiracy theory, historical records confirm that the Nazis conducted bizarre expeditions to Tibet, South America, and other places in search of lost knowledge that they believed would help them rule the world. Another disturbing fact is that Hitler's rise to power was fueled by manipulative propaganda and psychological warfare. He used mass media, radio, and carefully staged public speeches to create a godlike image of himself. His speeches were rehearsed to evoke strong emotional reactions from crowds, and he controlled every aspect of public perception through strict censorship and the suppression of dissenting voices. Many Germans were convinced that he was their nation's savior, but behind the scenes, his regime was built on terror, violence, and the systematic destruction of anyone who opposed him. While Hitler portrayed himself as a powerful and fearless leader, he was plagued by numerous insecurities and health issues. It is believed that he had severe digestive problems, suffered from chronic flatulence, and was constantly taking a cocktail of over 70 different medications, including powerful drugs like methamphetamine. Some historians suggest that his erratic behavior and paranoia were partially caused by his drug use. His personal doctor, Theodor Morell, reportedly prescribed him a mix of stimulants, opiates, and hormones to keep him functioning, but this may have also contributed to his declining mental and physical health as the war progressed. Another dark fact about Hitler is that he was rejected from art school twice. Before his rise to power, Hitler dreamed of becoming a famous artist and applied to the Academy of Fine Arts, Vienna. However, his work was deemed subpar, and he was rejected both times. Some historians argue that his bitterness over this rejection contributed to his deep-seated resentment and radical beliefs. If he had been accepted, history might have taken a very different course. Instead, he lived in poverty for years, selling postcards and small paintings to make ends meet before eventually turning to politics. Hitler's personal relationships were equally disturbing. He had a complex and often troubling history with women. His niece, Geli Raubal, was one of the most tragic figures in his life. She lived under his control and was reportedly not allowed to date anyone without his approval. Her mysterious death in 1931 BC, ruled a suicide, led to many theories that she may have been a victim of Hitler's obsessive and controlling behavior. Additionally, his relationship with Eva Braun, whom he married just a day before they both died, was largely hidden from the public. Hitler wanted to maintain an image of being married to Germany itself, so he kept his personal life a secret. Perhaps one of the most ironic facts about Hitler is that he may have had Jewish ancestry. Historical research into Hitler's lineage suggests that his paternal grandfather might have been Jewish, though definitive proof remains elusive. This claim has been a subject of debate among historians, but if true, it would make his anti-Semitic ideology even more contradictory and disturbing. Another little-known but horrifying fact is that Hitler planned to create a museum of an extinct race. His twisted vision for the future included displaying artifacts, books, and cultural relics of Jewish people in a museum after their extermination. This chilling idea highlights the extent of his genocidal intentions and the systematic way in which he carried out the Holocaust. As the war turned against him, Hitler became increasingly paranoid and isolated. He spent much of his final days in the bunker beneath Berlin, cut off from reality and issuing irrational orders to non-existent armies. His paranoia led him to suspect betrayal at every turn, and he often accused his closest advisors of working against him. In the end, as Allied forces closed in, he chose to take his own life rather than face capture. These dark and disturbing facts about Hitler offer a deeper look into the mind of a dictator whose actions led to unimaginable suffering. His obsession with power, propaganda, and racial supremacy created one of the darkest periods in human history. While it's important to remember the horrors he caused, it's just as important to understand the psychological, personal, and ideological factors that drove his actions so that history does not repeat itself. That's it for today's video. If you found this deep dive into history interesting, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Hilarity Express. Let us know in the comments which fact surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.